The duties of a man in the house. It's the man's duty to take the garbage bin out every evening. It's the man's duty to ensure the safety and security of his household. It's the man's duty to provide emotional and financial support for his family. It's the man's duty to fix broken appliances and handle minor repairs around the house. It's the man's duty to maintain the car and ensure vehicles are in good working condition. It's the man's duty to mow the lawn and take care of the outdoor landscape. It's the man's duty to protect his family from any threats or dangers. It's the man's duty to mentor and guide his children in making good life choices. It's the man's duty to be a strong emotional pillar for his spouse. It's the man's duty to ensure the bills are paid on time. It's the man's duty to take charge in emergency situations. It's the man's duty to lead by example and set good moral standards in the house. It's the man's duty to take care of home improvement projects. It's the man's duty to change light bulbs and fix electrical issues if safe to do so. It's the man's duty to ensure the family has enough food and essential supplies. It's the man's duty to teach his children valuable life skills. It's the man's duty to be involved in the education and discipline of his children. It's the man's duty to ensure the house is safe from hazards. It's the man's duty to grill and prepare food for family gatherings. It's the man's duty to wake up early and set the tone for a productive day. It's the man's duty to be a protector and defender of his home. It's the man's duty to assist in moving heavy furniture or items around the house. It's the man's duty to be a role model for his sons and daughters. It's the man's duty to take care of plumbing issues when possible. It's the man's duty to teach his family about financial responsibility. It's the man's duty to clean and organize the garage or tool shed. It's the man's duty to ensure the home is well lit and secure at night. It's the man's duty to check and maintain smoke detectors. It's the man's duty to support and uplift his spouse emotionally. It's the man's duty to make sure the house is free of pests and rodents. It's the man's duty to encourage family bonding through activities and outings. It's the man's duty to teach children about respect and responsibility. It's the man's duty to clean up after himself and maintain hygiene. It's the man's duty to help with household chores when necessary. It's the man's duty to be physically and mentally strong for his family. It's the man's duty to listen and communicate effectively with family members. It's the man's duty to help out during sickness and emergencies. It's the man's duty to maintain the family's spiritual or moral values. It's the man's duty to ensure the home's heating and cooling systems work properly. It's the man's duty to check and clean the gutters when needed. It's the man's duty to wash and maintain family vehicles. It's the man's duty to encourage a culture of teamwork in the house. It's the man's duty to fix anything broken before it gets worse. It's the man's duty to teach his children how to be self-sufficient. It's the man's duty to ensure the family has emergency plans in place. It's the man's duty to be present and available for his family. It's the man's duty to ensure his family feels loved and appreciated. It's the man's duty to be honest, respectful, and accountable. It's the man's duty to handle stressful situations with patience and wisdom. It's the man's duty to love, honor, and cherish his family above all else. Please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for content like this.